drove across the country and back. These three women. Lena, a housewife whose husband no longer wanted to touch her at all. Sloan, she and her husband brought other people into the bedroom. All the stories of men who hadn't sown enough of their hopes. And Maggie, a girl whose first real experience of love was with her married high school teacher. The thing we can do to understand is to listen.
Upsetting me and my homegirl, because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to bed on no chase, what the hell could you go?
I drove across the country and back. These three women. Lena, a housewife whose husband no longer wanted to touch her at all. Sloan, she and her husband brought other people into the bedroom. All the stories of men who hadn't sown enough of their hopes. And Maggie, a girl whose first real experience of love was with her married high school teacher. The thing we can do to understand is to listen.
Y'all listen. There are not many times we come across the show with this level of adultness is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it cute, and I'm gonna say that we are back to talk Three Women, a brand new series that premiered on Starz Friday. The first episode dropped. Me and my guests on tonight did get the opportunity to watch some episodes in advance. And I can just tell you, we are in for a wild ride. But if you are here for the first time, my name's Ashley. This is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, y'all. And I'm here to put you on. But again, I'm not here alone. So let me bring the crew up. Okay. Kay, Tyra, start with you, Kay. How are you doing today? I know we just came off another live and I already know, but just for the sake of the chat, how are you doing?
I'm tired. I'm tired. But I do want to know how the people feel about this here show, because this is too grown for me. So I'm here so I can see what everybody else thinks.
Baby, the way our mouths collectively fell open, maybe everyone except for Tyra. Tyra, how are you doing today?
So we'll let you have it, but then you have to just separate me from the pack. I was just thinking, like, I'm great. I'm awesome. I'm ready to get into these slides and get into this frontal.
Oh, Lord. I want to take a moment, though, really quick before we get started. And I just want to say thank you for all of the new members who are here in the building. And just want to give you guys a quick shout out. Amy, the Cheshire Cat. Thank you, girl. Pretty Girl Danny, Darfalina, Wiz D20, Swak Fan 100, Bria James, Aquarius the Savage, Bookworm 57, Virginia Kid 98, Bruh AO. Listen, we appreciate y'all being here, for supporting us, and for showing all of the love. And thank y'all for the 30 people who are already here in this chat. Y'all on this foolishness too, huh? Yep. Y'all watched that first episode and now you're invested. I already see what it is. Hey, Tremaine. She says, hey, sis. And yes, she's ready for this. Hey, Jay. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Darfalina. Critical Thinker, Black Girl Joy on my TV. Yay. Baby, was it joy? Critical, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get all into this, y'all. And you know it wouldn't be like an Ashley hosted live if I didn't ask this question. Y'all already know what it is. I need to know overall thoughts from episode 1. And it has the same name, of course, as the show, Three Women. Tyra, I'm gonna start with you.
Mm-hmm.
What were your overall thoughts of episode 1?
I'm intrigued. These ladies need some help. Somebody help. Somebody call somebody. I'm intrigued by our narrator here, because I want to know how she's going to, because she has to integrate herself into these women's lives somehow to even write their stories. And I'm also intrigued to know more about her because I feel like she maybe has her own separate trauma or, some type of situation as well. But yeah, these women couldn't be more different, but I know it's going to be something that ties them together. And I'm waiting for that. I'm here, I'm here for the sexual liberation, okay? Because look at here. That's my husband, my man. I can't touch you. Who else gonna touch me, sir? I am just the women are just it was just a mess. Like you see so much. They accomplished a whole lot in this first episode. You really get into the gist of the three women. But what I can say, so Sloan stuck with me because it was chocolate over there. Okay, Sloan was chocolate. Blair was chocolate. Everybody was sticking. Everybody had a story. But baby, DeWanda Wise gonna do it for me every time, and it just felt like they said DeWanda nudity, and she says yes. So I'm here for that. I'm absolutely here for that.
Put me in the game, coach.
Put me in the game, coach. And I can't wait to see just what else unfolds with all four of these women.
Baby, listen, because it's four of them. And I carry that same sentiment. I do think that the common theme, and of course we'll get into some themes, was discontent. All these women seemingly are operating, moving about in everyday life, but there's something, right? They all have this one thing that's kind of putting them in a place of discontent. Kay, overall thoughts after watching episode 1. Muted.
Kay.
It's people like this that are the reason that I have employment. And watching this is like, I don't want to go to work right now. I just want to relax and watch TV. And actually, when they're this extreme, when they got this stuff going on, I send them over there to Tasha because I can't. I said, you know what? This is out of my scope of practice, but I got somebody for you. Because the I don't know if the sexual frustration and the overly the hypersexual, I said, I got somebody for y'all, but it's not me.
Baby, she said, bring Natasha out. Bring Natasha, the sexologist, to the building. And I agree.
Real quick.
But I will say, after watching, I said, who made this? I needed to know. I said, where did it come from? Who made it and why did you make this? But this was based on a novel by Lisa Taddeo, and find out that she also wrote the screenplay for the series, which is kind of rare. Most times they're going to bring in a screenwriter to make the adaptation. But she said, no, baby, this is my baby, and I'm going to jump in on it. Directed by Luis Indy Friedberg. And I will give a shout out to the direction and just the flat out storytelling. Whether you like the narrator or not, we'll get into that because Tyra has her thoughts on the narration. Whether you like the narration or not, you have to give credit to the direction. Because this cast, it's acted beautifully. You really do feel like you're learning these characters in episode 1, and they seem very authentic so far, in my opinion. But let's meet Lisa a little bit. Listen, she's an author, a journalist, 2-time recipient of the Pushcart Prize. Her first nonfiction book, 3 Women, was an instant #1 bestseller. Now, I've heard a lot of people talking and raving about this book. She has another show that'll be on Amazon, Lois and Varga. She has another project, Animal, that'll be coming out, I believe, as a film. So our girl is prolific at this point. She's getting the deals after deals after deals. Kay, did you know who this lady was before? Had you heard of this book prior to the series being released?
This sounds like something my book club would want to read. Because they be with the shit.
Oh my goodness. Tyra, had you heard of Lisa Taddeo before?
Girl, you don't be reading. No, seriously, I had no clue. But just with the narrative of the show, when you watch so much stuff, you can watch something and be like, okay, this is based on a book. It's giving based on a book, and the show very much so gives that. I'm really glad that she's attached to the project and writing the screenplay. Like you said, you rarely see that. That means that most of the stuff here is going to be to her liking and accurate. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, if this is what you put to screen, girl, I want to know what's in the book. I might roll up on that.
Listen, because baby, it's graphic. And I saw you slick in the comments, TP, talking about it wasn't a Bang Bro production, it's giving Cosby's. but you all are wholesome, baby. Watch these next couple episodes, and I want to know when you get to a hotel scene. That's when I want to know if it's still giving Cosby Show to me. And I'm gonna just sit it, and I'm gonna sit it, and I'm gonna sit it right on the shelf. But the idea that this is based on a true story, like literally had my mind. Okay. Synopsis of episode 1. We meet Gia, who is the narrator, a grieving writer, sets out to write a book about female desire in America. She introduces us to 3 subjects: Lena, a homemaker in suburban Indiana; Sloan, a glamorous entrepreneur in the Northeast; and Maggie, a waitress in North Dakota. Themes, like I said, discontent was the overall arching theme, in my opinion. But we're going to see lack of impulse control, some societal pressures, just being unfulfilled in every area, as well as secrets and lies. Tyra, any other themes that stood out to you in this first episode with these 3 women?
I mean, you got a whole lot of them here, but and I'm trying not to go beyond episode 1 and because from what we've seen in all 3 women, there is a lack of like emotional development. They all seem a bit delayed. Like everybody here is teetering between the ages of maybe 14 and 20. Like nobody here is like full grown yet. They're grown. They're, of age, grown women with completely different lifestyles, from finances, educational background, means. But everybody here has an emotional like defect or delay. And it just seems like we got some growing to do. But yeah, everything here is pretty right though.
A whole lot of growing, okay? From a therapist perspective, honey. What's going on here? What are the themes you're seeing? Other than trauma.
Yes, loneliness. I feel there's some loneliness. Even you can be in a room full of people or a house full of people, and you can still be very, very much lonely and isolated. Not just trauma, but trauma bonding with other broken people. So you're going to find people who fit your sense of mold, and when you're bonding with other people like you're going to get the same. It's going to be there. I feel like there's a lack of trust as well, where I don't feel like the main characters they really have a person to like really trust, to really go to, and not just for them to trust their feelings and emotions with, but somebody that they would trust enough that they would listen to, like to tell them what you're doing. It's too much.
Yeah. Not from this first episode. The people except for maybe Maggie, and we'll get into her friend group, because there was a moment that I really liked with them, and it was almost at the very end, but one of her friends kind of holding her accountable. But that's literally the only time I saw that in episode 1 at all from any of this friend group, any of these people's families, friends, whatever. So y'all know
I see people like, oh, this episode was mid. Like, y'all just hold on. That's all I'm gonna say. Hold on. Literally, after we finished watching the first few episodes, you're like, oh, y'all should have definitely led with episode 2. Wait, y'all.
Yeah. Just wait. That's all we can say. Just wait. But we have to do a game of some sort, because we just want to make it interesting. So I need you guys in the chat to participate as well, because I want to know. Okay. But in this instance, we're going to say, what would you do? Okay. These are probable scenarios, for any of these women, any of us, any women in real life, any men too, probably, to be in. But this is the scenario. And I'm going to start with UK. You're in a comfortable but emotionally unfulfilling marriage. You've recently reconnected with an old flame who makes you feel alive again. What do you do? A, stay in the marriage and work on reigniting the spark with your spouse. B, explore the connection with your old flame and see where it goes. Or C, take some time for yourself and figure out what you really want before making any decisions.
I believe in karma real heavy, and I don't like to do anything that I feel like is going to come back and get me in the ass later. Because see, I got a long list of blessings that I'm counting on right now.
Come on.
And if I do something that is going to bring me some bad juju, the list of blessings that I'm waiting on, I feel like I'm not going to be able to reach it. So my list of prayers is a little bit lengthy for me to be going out here acting a fool. So I'm going to go sit down somewhere. Is what I'm gonna do.
So you're gonna go A. You gotta pick a letter. A, stay in the marriage and work on reigniting the spark. B,
Yes. Yeah. We going to therapy, sir. Not we just ain't gonna be those things. It's gonna be a marriage counselor in there. A.
Okay. Keep it coming in the chat, you guys. Tyra, what would you do?
I'm doing C. I need some time. I need some time. C will allow me to not only work on myself, but decide if I want to reignite or work on the spark. And because you said emotionally unfulfilling marriage, like, how did I even get comfortable there? The little X, that thing's obsolete because maybe you ain't gonna do nothing for me. That
I was just gonna say because I don't do old flames. If you owe, I'm a Scorpio. I hold grudges. I still don't like you. If I don't like you because of what you did, I don't like you right now.
Oh, but yeah, I think I'll take a little time. Absolutely C.
It seems like C is what's going on. Not Matthew Wilson. Use the old flame to renew your marriage.
No, I don't like you. If you're a Scorpio, you already know I don't like you anymore.
C is accurate. Only K in me picking A. In fiction, I'd explore the X. In real life, I communicate what I need to my man. I think marriage is heavy. I think marriage is a vow, of course, that you make for life. So I'm probably going to try to stick and stay. Now, if the conversation don't work, we might have to look at some other options, but I'm gonna hope that I'm a stick and stay. Critical thinker B, my Gemini. You know what, critical. Okay, y'all. Let's get into this. First, we meet Gia. Gia, played by Shailene Woodley, a writer grieving the loss of her family, persuades each of these spectacular, ordinary women to tell their stories, and her relationship with them changes the course of her life forever. Tyra, we don't get a ton of solo time with Gia. We get the intro where she is meeting with her I guess mentor in writing, right? I guess. And we find out that she got a book deal. She spent that advance, so now she needs to come up with the book, or they're gonna want that money back. She decides she's gonna drive cross country. She's just lost her mom of cancer and lost her dad in a car accident. Yeah. What did you think of Gia upon our initial meeting, and what do you think of her in this narration? What's going on?
Never been a fan. Never been a fan. It's gonna be quite a task for me to follow her. Nothing against the development of the role or who she is within herself or to these three women, but there's never been anything just too likable for me about her style of acting. It's just really one note and boring. And it doesn't relay anything to me to go, you know what, me as a woman who has this, adventurous or tragic, whatever story, I want to share it with this person. I wouldn't tell her nothing. I wouldn't tell her anything. We are made to understand that she is dealing with things. Like you said, this is the first setting we meet her in. Maybe if this is your mentor, it's giving very much, this is a man space. We're giving you man answers. It's just very bold. And all the men here are a choice. I'll say that. All the men in the show are a choice, and he is no different. But it's going to take a minute for me to adjust, or something's going to have to happen for me to really connect to her and believe that, Sloan would definitely talk to her. What's not to like about her? She's just so... Or, any of the women, she's just not the person in particular that I would pick to be in the forefront of this show and narrate. The narration is boring. It sounds like Divergent, and I ain't never liked that series. I did. It just gives young adult. I'm just not interested, and I would have preferred to see somebody else. But this is what we got, so I'm hoping that she grows on me.
Yeah, I do too. I always end up having an ethical, moral dilemma with people writing and then profiting off of others' pain. And I don't want to say she's predatory, but it always kind of gives that you take in these three women who's going through all this stuff, and now you're going to write about their lives in detail. I mean, with their permission, Is it freeing? Is it liberating? Or is it about profit?
I told you she reminded me of Skeeter from The Help. Is this whole situation not giving Skeeter from The Help, even down to them red rim glasses and that little stiff wig? That's Skeeter, modern day. I don't know.
Okay. Is this Skeeter? Is it all for profit, or have you connected with her character? Have you connected with Gia in this first episode?
Yeah, absolutely not. I didn't like her in Divergent either. Although I did like Divergent. I read the books and watched the movies. I just didn't like Tris. I think I watched for 4. I liked him. But for her, absolutely not. I don't know. It's just she gonna have to convince me a little bit more. Like if she wants to be relatable and for people to be like, yeah, that's my girl there, I would do the same thing. I'm not convinced by her performance yet.
I'm not either. And it feels like I would rather these 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever minutes she gets, I would rather be focused on the 3 women than I would her. That's what it kind of gives. Time for another one. What would you do? This is the scenario, and we're starting with you, Tyra, and chat. Go off in the comments, please. I want to know. But you're in a new relationship that's exciting but uncertain. You're afraid of getting hurt again, but also don't want to miss out on a potentially great love. What do you do? A, go all in and take the risk, even if it means getting hurt. B, keep things casual to keep it cute, protect yourself, but keep seeing them. Or C, walk away now before things get too complicated and emotions get involved.
Oh, girl, I'm a Leo. It's B. It's B. I'm definitely, that risk, in A sounded real, tantalizing. But I'm gonna always protect myself and keep seeing them. I'm always gonna go opt for the best answer, and B here is definitely the best answer. We're not getting rid of the person, and I'm not throwing myself into something that can potentially go downhill. I'm just protect myself and get to know you a little bit better.
Okay, Tyra's gonna take her time. Okay. Are you going all in, keeping things casual, or walking away now before it gets crazy?
That depends. If okay, is this dating or are we in a relationship?
This is a new relationship. So this is a budding relationship. Yeah.
Because see, now B, if we were just dating, like I've only known you for like a couple months and we just hanging out, then I'm gonna keep it casual. But now if we say we're in a relationship and locked in, then you're gonna have to go all in, because if you're only keeping things casual, then what if they feed off of your energy and now they're keeping things casual? Where's the relationship going if nobody's going in?
Yeah.
Where y'all going? Where are we going?
Okay.
We get there, okay?
I love it, but it's some B's in this house. Michelle says B. Jay says B. Vicky J says B. TK Richards B.
Everybody who says B, drop in the chat. If you're in a relationship, because Ashley said it's not dating. If you are in a relationship and everybody if both parties are holding back, where's the relationship going?
We're not holding back. We're keeping things casual. That's when you have that "what are we" conversation eventually.
But no, that's what she said. The "what are we" is the relationship.
And I'm an A girl. Yeah, I'm a lover girl. I'm going all in.
Yeah, you can't say "what are we" in this. She said this already a relationship. Now the "what are we" is if we're just dating. You in a relationship now. You already know what we are. Y'all boyfriend, girlfriend.
She said y'all go together real bad.
Yeah, y'all go together.
We go together. Tell them hoes we go together.
That's where we're at. So how you keeping it casual if y'all together now?
It's not for everybody, okay? It's it's hard. Somebody got to do it. It's possible.
That would be a future conversation. Yeah, I'm a A girl. I'm gonna go all in. We're gonna take the leap. If I like you enough to be in it,
go and be that lover girl.
Out on a limb. Okay,
yes, I'm B all day until we had that "what are we" conversation and you say we together. Then I'm gonna go to A. But until
when we go together, we go together. K means it, y'all. Real bad. Real bad. So y'all, let's meet her. We got to get it out the way. And y'all see, I put it on the slide. This is my least favorite character. I'm just gonna let you know. When I saw this lady sit her tail on that toilet with a pair of pruning shears and go to work on that bush, I was flabbergasted. And not only that, when she gets in that tub At least she takes baths. Okay. I don't know if she used soap and water because I didn't see that part. I didn't see a washcloth. Okay. What I did see is her tongue down that shower door. There is soap scum, grime. Y'all see the Mr. Clean commercials. We grew up with them. I knew she was problematic, but this is Lena, played by the Betty Gilpin. Shout out to this actress. I enjoy a lot of her work. A homemaker in suburban Indiana is a decade into a passionless marriage when she embarks on an affair that quickly becomes all consuming and transforms her life. This lady's out of control. Tyra, what do
I'm
you think of Lena?
I'm scared for her. Like, I feel like that disconnect that she has with her husband, or that she's felt for however long in her life, because we all know she's pining away after a relationship she had when she was 14, 15 years. She peaked at 14, 15 years old, and she's now just existing with this husband that don't even want her to touch him. Like, I'm really scared for her as far as her mental state, because I think it's like multiplied itself over in her mind mentally to appear on her outwardly and have her rationalize that, oh, something's wrong with me and I have these gloves and something's wrong, baby.
Real wrong.
I'm really scared for her. I'm scared, like, for you too. It's everybody have a look. We on, child. I'm gonna assume that the bush is on low maintenance down there and it's giving, it's 70s, 60s, 70s bush. Earthy. She ain't touching nothing down there. It's because she's not getting any sexual attention, so it's like, why even bother? Baby, trim them hedges, girl. Cut some of that off. Trim it, please. Baby, it's giving cave woman. Between that, her licking, the slime in the ice machine scum off of those shower walls, and just trying to have, like, she is so thirsty for some type of gratification, some type of emotional connection, some type of sexual fulfillment, that we going ham with. It's like, I would have even taken it, like, you just want to, have a little self-pleasure, girl. Do what you got to do in there. What is you licking on the walls for, ma'am? Like, between that and the behavior that we get from her in this episode, I don't think anything is, like, physically actually wrong with her. I think it's all in her mind and all internal, because she is in this, I don't even say this lifeless marriage, and she's just not fulfilled, thinking that everything she could have ever wanted and needed in her life was at 15. Okay.
And that's where she's stuck to me. Her lack of impulse control and just the way that she maneuvers and operates in the world. And we'll get into it in greater detail in that next slide. But Kay, what do you think of Lena? How did you receive Lena?
I feel like she may have had an IEP in school, because something is not right here. I don't think that she's operating on all cylinders. Because I question why he ended up marrying her in the first place, because he seems repulsed by her. Rightfully so, because so am I. But you knew this before you said I do. So why would you act like this towards her, like, right now? She's an odd one, and she's not for everybody. And clearly her husband is one of the not for everybody people. How did he even get there? And I don't understand how they got to that place, because she obviously wants something that he's not willing to give her. The reference said, take the kissing off the table. Take it off.
Period. Period.
How they get them kids then? They got them kids
too
somewhere.
Child, he gave her a couple pumps and said, don't touch me till next year.
Baby.
He gave her the here, damn sex. Like, here.
Petty sex.
Now can you leave me alone?
Baby, listen. I felt the same way. So, and I mean, Lena is dealing with a couple of different constructs, right? The religious construct, that I'm bound to this marriage now. So I have to do everything in my power to keep it going. You can definitely tell that since her youth, there has been some sort of sexual repression going on, because she's literally unhinged. By the end of this episode, when she gets her magic wand, and she's in that car, I have never seen anything like that in Solo time. Like, I've never seen that sort of reaction in solo time. Like she is unhinged with it.
Her equilibrium is all off.
Baby, and it is. It's mental health issues. I think, and touch deprivation is a thing, right? When the first scene we see her in, she's reaching out to touch her husband while he's asleep, and he's jerking back like she is predator, like she is a monster. Like the preacher said, you know how you feel when you touch that? I hate when I touch wet wool. Is that what it's like when you kiss Lena? He said, yeah, just like that. So you can't even kiss your husband. So she gets a referral from someone in the grocery store, honey, to go see this doctor.
Girl.
The Indian Jimmy Buffett or something, because he's singing the Do You Want Pina Colada lyrics. He has this really put on accent. Dr. Feelgood must be stopped. Okay. Because I too, Tremaine, thought that she was going to bust it wide open on that table. The way he was groping her and telling her, you know, all a woman needs is a good and he's a quack. Kay, as a healthcare professional yourself, what do you think of Dr. Feelgood and where is this going?
I don't even know why he still has a license at this point, because he is completely he is doing some unethical work, and I don't know who's keeping him a bit. Who liked his work so much that they even wanted to refer him?
He got a constant waiting room.
Completely cringy. It's cringy there. But I guess I guess exactly. Apparently, if you're a cringy type person, you don't mind him in his mess. It takes a sane person would have to go up in there and say, police, because something is not right. But if you a little unhinged like her, that's right up your alley. I don't think that a normal physician would actually be able to just have a conversation with her without writing her a referral for some inpatient help.
Tyra, what are your thoughts on Dr. Feelgood? Is that going anywhere? And is there anything else you want to say about Lena in this first episode?
It ain't going nowhere. This is how he keep this little small Indiana town on lock. Did you see when we get to that portion of the episodes where he's doing his little walkthrough and the patients are like, he giving all these women something. This is part of the package. Like the way he was selling it's inappropriate as hell, and he should be barred. He should not have anybody's license. This is a quack, as you stated. Like, I didn't know how far this was going to go. I was worried for her, but not even concerned at the same time, because it wasn't like it was unwarranted. She was just happy to get some type of physical touch or something. You know, what you need is a good, yeah, I do, doctor. Like, it's very, yeah, you get me. Oh my God. Like she was waiting. She's just been waiting and just feeling validated. And if I could just, oh my God, like he's selling it, and these women are clearly buying it. But thankfully, I guess he's not willing to cross the line of sexual. I'm hoping.
Maybe. Did you see the line of magic wands that he had above his desk though?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of
there's
doctor
more
he is overall. But she is. I'm just really concerned for this woman.
She wasn't hugged as a child. Is with that. She didn't get enough hugs. They didn't pick her up when she cried as a child. They let her lay in that crib and just holler and whatnot. She didn't get no high fives and stuff. None of that. She acted like she was just devoid of human contact.
It seems like it with the husband. That's pretty much what's been happening, and she's internalized it, and she thinks something's wrong with her. And she's trying to fix herself. But until then, this must be it. And these gloves in my hands.
Hey.
I'm concerned for her and concerned for her children, because she's unhinged.
This 5150 her. I would say she needs to be inpatient for a while to get a full assessment.
When she dug that one out of whatever that car and got what she needed, because and then I try to remember that this is a certain type of woman, this small Indiana town, this Christian background, and very safe types, very safe and religious type of situation. I think even herself trying to give herself self-gratification would be like, what do you do? I think that wouldn't even be acceptable in their house. That's why she had to creep away and try to get it in the car. Like, I just like, Lord, I hope somebody saves and helps her before things go too far.
I ain't never been that much of a horn dog to try to get it off in the car ride line.
Well, you ain't had no husband not want you to even touch his shoulder.
Yeah, he don't want to be touched. He don't want to be looked at by her. I want to know more. I hope at some point we get more details in it. There's been a couple theories in the chat. Vicky J says I think he might be on the DL. You know what I mean?
I said that.
And Shannon, he said that too.
That would explain it, why he would even get with her, especially this religious background. We need a beard. We need some kids to make the image look like it needs to. Meanwhile, I low-key want a man, and I don't want you. We shall see.
Yeah, and maybe he's coming into that and wanting to walk into that fully. Bookworm 57, how did she have children without touch? Oh, baby, they got it in. At some point. He said it's been 14 weeks since he's touched her. So something happened 14 weeks ago.
I think he does what he needs to do to keep the face up. I heard, and he probably, he probably sought her out because he knew she was low off. And it's just like, if I'm trying to hide in the shadows with who I really want to be, I gotta pick me someone that's going to be able to deal with me doing this to them, because obviously he's not with the person that he wants to be either. Probably is on the low, but he knows that she'll sit at the house and not do nothing about it, and then he can go off and actually low key find the person that he really want to be with, and it's probably someone he can't pull out in public.
I mean, it makes sense, y'all. We've got another one. Shout out to the 50 people who are in the building on a Sunday night to talk 3 women. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. What would you do? And we're going to start with you this time, Kay. All right. Scenario. And you guys go off in the chat. I want to know. Scenario. You're used to being in control of every aspect of your life, but now you're facing a situation where things are spiraling out of control, both personally and professionally. What do? A, double down on your work and responsibilities, trying to regain control. B, confide in someone close to you for help, even though you hate feeling vulnerable. Or C, take a step back from everything, focus on self-care before making any decisions. Not you getting close. You need me to zoom in.
I'm gonna probably go with B. C might be C is the logical answer there, but sometimes we don't have time to do C, so I'm gonna just have to go with B. Sometimes all I need is a good conversation to get my life together.
Okay.
The right person will tell me some hard truths and get me back on the path I need to be on.
Okay, Tyra. Are you doubling down on work? Are you confiding in someone? Or are you taking a step back from everything and focusing on self-care?
Child, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna do A. Should do A, but I always do A. Always do A. Most definitely not gonna confide in anybody. I'm not a super vulnerable person. Take a step back from everything and focus on self-care. Is that even possible? I don't think with my life that's possible.
That's what I said. C sounds like the logical answer.
C and B sound really logical, but I would be lying if I was saying like, A. No, I would definitely do A, then have a whole mental breakdown, and then probably make my way towards B.
And I'm an A girl all day. I'm gonna throw myself into work to make myself believe I have some sort of control in my life. And usually that lasts for a season, and then I'll normally go C. But C will typically not be by choice. C will be after I burnt myself out, and it's like required, that it's mandatory at that point. But it's not healthy, y'all. Don't follow this example. But yeah, Critical Thinker says A is my reality, B is my goal. Jay said definitely not asking for help. It took me a long time to get to a place where I could ask for help, and that's
Jay. Let's talk about that though. Why would you not ask for help though?
Because Kay, you know why?
No, what
it can make you feel weak. It can make you feel out of control. It can make you.
Who said that asking for help was a weakness? Who said?
I'm just saying.
I'm not so.
Where'd you learn that?
Weakness. My state, as far as like asking others for help, is a lot of times, and you shouldn't think for other people, but a lot of us be in the same little raggedy boats. So like, why burden somebody with my problems and they have their own damn problems. I'll figure them out eventually, but sometimes it's like, exactly what are you gonna do? And then I'm very much what are you gonna do for me beyond advice? Advice is cool, a hug is cool, talking is cool, but it's temporary. I need something a little more than that, depending on what the problem is. I just ain't got time. I'm sorry.
Okay, that is valid. How can you help me when we both drown and in the same boat?
Yeah, we did that. We did.
That makes sense. Okay, but what if the ask for help is not somebody in your circle? What if it's a mentor or a coworker or a spiritual
coworker
or a healer or a therapist? I've had some coworkers that were like older than me that were very helpful. I shared an office with the school psychologist. She was very helpful.
I think it takes a place of
it takes a place, because mentally I would be like, I'm not telling this help at work my business. I ain't trying to be office gossip. No.
It takes time. I feel like it took me a long time to get to a place, and what I found out my stuff was rooted in was of course my perfectionism, right? And wanting to appear to be a certain way, which is really rooted in ego and pride, is what I had to end up working out with my therapist, right? In that, because it was like this thing of, I can just do it. Like, I'll figure it out. I always do. I always have to. I'll just do it. But putting all of that burden on me was really about not appearing a certain way when I got to the root of the thing, right? And everybody's different, I'm sure. Okay, Jay answered you. Okay, same difference. I'm a chronic perfectionist.
That's not me.
But where does perfectionism come from, though? Where's that?
Not me. Well, that's not me. Well, my honey said, like, and he's right. I have to accept that. I'll have conversations with myself and make decisions for myself with myself because I said them, and then I'll just move on. Like, girl, that was right. I definitely should. And that's right. Like, I'll talk and have a meeting and decipher everything and make decisions alone. That's what I do.
Girl, yes, the perfection, the outside of the ones that talk to themselves, that's a whole other thing. Where does your perfectionism come from?
Oh, I know where mine came from. Mine came from my upbringing. Mine came from, you get a B, why is this not an A? It was very much about acceptance and not, again, wanting to be, or being a child of adoption. There also is this rejection abandonment thing too, right? If I'm not perfect, if I'm not this, then this. So there was a lot of that, girl. Yeah, I had to work through it. Jay said she working through it now too.
Good.
I'll be working through it since we all doing that.
Tyra is a true Leo. I'm gonna need you to put the lion in the cage sometimes.
All this vulnerability coming up off of me. What are you talking about?
I mean, she was open. She shared. But I do want to take I want to take a moment and just say thank you and give a little bit of a break here, and we will be right back.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just give me my money. Just give me my money. Give me my money. I might got my own money, but I'm sick of taking care of my damn self. I need a real man. And they always come up with the things I would do for you if we was together trying to talk me. Do it now! What's the next, not later. So it's the money. And then we could discuss an arrangement in a potential relationship between you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I knew that. Thank you. Thank you. Money.
I just wanted to tell y'all thank you. And thank you so much for your candor and your openness in this conversation, because I know there's some deep things and there's some issues, right? And we got a therapist in the building.
Yeah, girl, I'm problematic.
But let's get into it, honey.
Leader mentality.
I got that what? Hey,
that's the pack leader right there.
Lord. Let's meet Sloan. Sloan is played by the DeWanda Wise, okay? A glamorous entrepreneur in the Northeast. Think the Hamptons, okay? Think Sag Harbor. has a committed open marriage with Richard the Blair Underwood until two sexy new strangers threaten their aspirational love. Now, when I saw DeWanda, I said, "Oh, okay." And someone had put it in the comments, I think on social media, and they said, "Ooh, I wonder how she is in this compared to in She's Gotta Have It, the Netflix series. If you haven't watched it, go check her out over there." I said, "Baby, I don't think Nola Darling has anything on Sloan." Tyra, I'm gonna start with you. Does she have anything on Nola Darling? And what do we think of Sloan?
Child, opulence. No, Nola's not that. Nola's her own thing, but this ain't Nola. This is something totally different. And Sloan is a very intriguing character. Like, first of all, the rich Black people. Let's start there. Looks good. Looks good. All of that was a sight to see, because with the role, the dynamics here, normally we would have Sloan be the other two. No, we got a rich Black couple here. Opulence. You own everything. Loved it. Now, her and Blair in this open marriage, or kind of sort of, their dynamic is very, very interesting. Because I'm trying to think, oh Lord. I love this. It just feels like all of this swapping is a shield for whatever bigger issues they have. And I can't go over there because that's later episodes. But I want to know exactly, I'm interested to know exactly who this swapping and all the sharing, who is this serving exactly? Because with the narration, it does seem like it's mostly serving of Sloan. And it's like, most women would look at a woman in this predicament and think that, oh, she is swapping and doing all of this extra, salacious activity to service her husband. It's like, no, this is very much so Sloan's decision, and Sloan don't do nothing that she doesn't want to do. It's just very interesting, and I can't wait to see it. But I'm glad that all of this smix is wrapped up in this beautiful Hamptons, Martha's Vineyard, Bel Air packaged. Gorgeous. Love it.
Baby, listen, the Sloan is so interesting to me. And I think because she's not necessarily likable, right? The narrator even says it in her introduction. Sloan is the most beautiful woman in the room, right? Every single time. But the other women hate her or want to be her. Like, that's the dynamic with her. And you see, she kind of, you'll see later, she has kind of her select few that she may let in a little bit. But I am enamored of her character because of how she moves freely, right? Seemingly freely in the world. Kay, what do you think of Sloan? And drop it in the chat, you guys. What do you think of Sloan here? Other than she needs some chocolate in the rotation. I saw that.
I think that a lot of the behavior that she is exhibiting is a mask for something. It's like she's self-medicating through this stuff to cover up the pain. And as we can, we see her with the vomiting and issues with eating, that she has a much more serious issue than her hypersexual activity. And I kind of feel like this is what they be doing in Hollywood. So I feel like if they one of them rich uppity class, people that this is what they be doing anyway. She might be one of those people that be at Diddy parties, is what it seems like to me. I mean,
she is the Diddy party. Like,
exactly. I feel like she's one of them people.
It's her party. Now, from what we know about Sloan and her husband, they have just really one major rule, right? Because it is an open marriage. However, anybody that she's with cannot be better than her husband in any way. So that means financially, I'm assuming. That means in the looks department. That means that they can't be his match or better in any area of life. He got to be numero uno. He got to be in the room, baby. If it's him that's got to bring out the prophylactics, okay, he's going to be there. He's going to be watching. A true cuckold. But what I want to know from you guys, because it got scary sometimes, right? It gave Tyler Perry Blair Underwood at moments. It gave Jeff Cobb
Carlos.
Yeah, it gave unhinged Blair, which we've seen him over and over again in this role. And so I want to know from UK, is this obsession with her, because it doesn't seem like a man who just loves his wife and is willing. It seems like more than that to me.
I don't know what he truly wants, and I get it that, because why would you put, if you gonna have this open thing, why they got to be less than you? So you want her to go out there, you know, shaking it and clapping it up for all these low class people, like that's what you want? You want her to go and just make something shake with the bums? It's very weird. But very few men would want their wife to be the pass around girl. Like, she done caught a lot of bodies and he's cool with it. And I'm wondering, like, why is that okay for you? And then what are you looking for that she's not enough? That what else, what else is it that what else more than you is it that you need than what is right here before you? What are y'all looking for?
That's the thing, though, Kay. I think everything he wants is in her, but I think it's this unhealthy obsession, so much to the point where I'll let her do whatever she wants to do as long as she stays with me. I think this could be
Sir,
rooted in fear of losing her, honestly.
Blair, stand up.
He ain't. Tyra, what you
And
think?
put your foot down then.
I think, like we said, this is a part of, she has her own insecurities, and why something about this is validating to her. I don't think he wants this. I think now maybe they've done it so much, or maybe it was, this is this cute little one-time thing, and this became something that Sloan wanted to do, just period. And it's like, okay, well, this is the way I establish my dominance and act like I have some control over the situation. They can't be better than me. They can't look better than, because clearly that YT man, girl, we could have had anybody.
You ain't touching Blair, baby. You ain't touching that face.
We could have, we could have had anybody, but we go, for this particular man. And even if it looks like she's looking in the direction of somebody, and it's not even just like a lower class, it's just like attraction wise, he can't even look better than me. And that's how he's keeping his control in it. But I think he's doing that just because he's insecure with the situation and thinking that, what if she meets someone that she really likes and she leaves me? So I need to control, what they look and what they have, and act like I'm just unbothered and being there with the prophylactics and be there for the, like, it's just, it's very problematic, and this isn't going to last long. It's probably lasted for quite some time, but I don't see this going further than this. Like the holding back of the hair while she threw up, and it was nothing sexy or attractive about, I don't want to say threesome, him being a voyeur and a participant in it. Like, that wasn't attractive. It didn't look sexy at all. I was like, what? Like, yeah, she like it like this, like lay on your back. Like, let me be an instructor and show how involved I am at the same time. No, you're hurt and she's hurting too. But whenever we figure out what's wrong with her, that's when we'll get more into Blair, because I don't think he wants this fully.
No, we don't want it.
How he's, putting on and committing to it. I think he just wants her, but she doesn't just want him, and I don't think she's just ready to admit that.
Baby, she's insatiable.
Stand up.
She should have never married him. This is about his insecurity, honestly. Because who's gonna put up with this? He just doesn't want to lose her. I think he's willing to hold on to whatever piece she's willing to give. But I think as we meet Indigenous Bay, okay, this is gonna crumble. Do you hear me? Because listen, and I looked up Big Willie, aka Blair Redford, is this man's name.
His name's Blair too.
Yes, Irish, French, German, and Native American. I know an Indigenous Bay, okay, when I see one. All right. He's gonna be a problem. Indigenous Bay is that forbidden fruit, and she is ready to bark all the way up his tree, all about them oysters. When we saw him do the lemon squeeze on top of these oysters, we knew what time it was. Tyra, talk to me about Indigenous Bay. What's about to happen?
Oh, moist. About to make it moist like he did that oyster. You thought I was going to put some juice on you. The attraction was instant. It's real, but she's trying to suppress it because these are one of the menses that Blair ain't going for. He said, you can't look better than me, sir. It don't need to be nobody that you're hyper attracted to. You need to go, I get to pick the man, which says a whole lot, because does she get to pick whatever woman that's underneath him? I don't know, but this is going to be a problem. She kept staring at this man, during the party. And when we get to the portion of, oh, you willing to hop in the pool? Because we made it very clear, baby, sis don't get in the pool. She finds the pool a little, disgusting. I don't do that. The beach is right there. Why would I get in the pool? But you meet this man for all of, 5 minutes, and all of a sudden you putting your hair and everything in the pool. And Blair's looking like, yeah, who taught you that? Who taught you to get in the pool?
Blair, because Blair watching, believe me, he watching it at every window.
How long we been married? You ain't never got in that pool. You get in the pool now just because he mentioned it and how fulfilling it could be. And I will be getting in the pool. She gonna be getting in that man real soon.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Okay, is Indigenous Bay a problem?
She already knows it's a problem, because if it wasn't a problem, then she would have told that man a long time ago he coming over tonight. Let's make it happen. Since he didn't come over that day, and she clapped him cheeks that night, then she already know what the deal is. She already know it's gonna be a no. Okay. And she do, and obviously to some level she seems to be like she respects some of his rules and tricks of the trade, but she's a little unhinged herself too. So how long is she gonna respect that boundary? We'll
let him
see,
believe
Jacob.
that.
We'll see.
You know what? Don't do him.
Blair, Blair gives. I put a tracker on your car. We ain't got to.
Oh, baby, he watching. It's gonna be such a problem. Michelle, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. This is also messy. I love it, baby, and
Thank you so much.
Sloan
Michelle
wants that oyster man, but her husband not going for it. He's threatened by him. Now, I don't know. To me, if I'm Blair and we already have this open situation, I'm gonna let her hit it, right? Because I think making it forbidden and hands off is gonna be the thing that sends her off over the edge with it. Also, Indigenous Bay's woman is gonna be a problem, because I think early theory, it's gonna be some throuple situations up in here. I think Sloan is going to get it by any means necessary. But yeah, y'all, it was nasty. She got an uncute YT man, got in there, got sick off the oysters. As Tony said, honey, they slipped all in her, and that man finished himself off in the side of the room. Just nasty.
Oh, so look here, girl, you got me in here. Okay,
he leaving with something. I'm
leaving here with something. You got me in here, got me all worked up. Anime. I got to finish myself off.
Just subjecting themselves to all sorts of just any kind of type of people and stuff. I don't want to go to the Diddy party. I'm good.
No, you got to tell Diddy no. That's what Cat Williams said.
You got to tell him no.
I'm gonna tell him no.
So we have another scenario, y'all. What would you do? And y'all know what to do in the comments, okay? Scenario: you've started an affair. It started, okay, but the excitement is wearing off and guilt is starting to creep in. Your spouse is oblivious, but you feel trapped in a double life. What do you do? And I'm starting with you, Tyra. A, in the affair and focus on repairing your marriage. B, continue the affair for the thrill, but manage your guilt. C, come clean to your spouse and face the consequences. A, B, or C?
Why would you start with me? I don't condone no cheating.
That's why I know how you gonna
go over there with Kay with these cheating questions. I don't play none of this.
Why you coming to me?
I'm just saying, you the only other option, Kay. It's no guilt or creep, and just none of that is setting in because I'm not in this situation. I don't play that. But you put the options here. Where's D? Where's none of the above?
There's no D.
Child. You know what? If we gonna be a stank hoe, we're gonna be a stank hoe. We just gonna take B. Okay, we're gonna continue the affair for the thrill and just manage the guilt. Since you already over there, just gonna be a stank hoe.
Okay, you don't get a D. You gotta respond. You like to play outside the box. You like to go outside the rules and parameters of the games. I'm gonna need you to stick to the options on the screen.
Because D was gonna work for me, okay? I'd have been like, you remember that I said if I ever get a hall pass, it's gonna be Michael B. Jordan. Because and he was like, okay, because you ain't never gonna meet him. Be like, remember you said I wasn't never gonna meet him, but I did. But you said it was okay.
Don't get slapped beside your head, okay?
It's not gonna be C. I'm sorry. No.
Go on, take that beat. Join the club, okay? Go on, take that beat.
Exactly.
Come on, friend. We already over there. We already cheating.
Yeah, it's I mean, since we're already in it, we're in it now.
We're
So
in it now. We're in it.
It's gonna
He's in it. We're in it. Let's just stay in it.
And I'm gonna pick A. I'm gonna end the affair and focus on repairing the marriage. If the spouse is oblivious, he don't need to know what he don't need to know at that point. I'm gonna go.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go.
You
with
gonna lie?
No, we're just not gonna say it. They say he doesn't know. They say he's oblivious. So you're just gonna end the affair and
But
focus
you're
on
lying because you're not
Here's
saying.
the thing. The people that do this foolishness, right? They cheat, they confess. It's about them. It's about them clearing their conscience. It's not about the other person, right? So we're just gonna end it and move on like nothing ever.
Just go rationalize lying. Okay.
Well, no, I mean that's what they, that's
You're
what
right.
they
I
say.
mean, a
When
good
they
bit.
cheat,
These
it just
Negroes
hurts
don't
the
have
other person.
discernment. He ain't gonna never know.
I mean, I'm not ever gonna be in this scenario, but I'm just saying, I'm never gonna be in this situation.
I'm gonna
It's
cheat
just
till I get caught.
And he ain't. These Negroes do not be having no discernment. So if you go ahead and end it, like Ashley said, and you just keep pushing it forward, how he gonna know?
nobody gonna know.
How would they know?
How would they know?
How would they
He's
know?
never gonna know.
He's never gonna
how would they know?
He's never gonna know.
Okay, this is our last character. Shout out to the 60 people that are in the building. We appreciate you on our first night, our inaugural live Talking Three Women. Thank y'all for being here. I hope you are getting your life. Make sure that you are subscribed to everyone on this panel. Hit the notification bell and make sure you drop a comment after this live is over. It pushes it out. We need some push into the algorithm these days. But let's meet Maggie. Now, Maggie's story, y'all, this is probably the saddest one to me, because she's the youngest in the group, and I feel like we are getting a front row picture of what trigger warning SA can be like, right? So we meet Maggie, played by Gabrielle Creevy. She looks familiar to me, but I can't place where I've seen her. What other movies? I'll definitely look that up for our next live. But a student in North Dakota weathers an intense storm after accusing her married English professor, Jason Ralph, of an inappropriate relationship. Kay, I'm starting with you. What do you think of Maggie?
Her parents was not doing their job in parenting, because there ain't no way you don't know that this carrying on is happening. Okay, she's flying under the radar, and for this to seem like this what she thought was something that it really wasn't. It was some parenting didn't take place here. It was some parenting, because she ended up in a very toxic situation, and at this point she don't even know which way is up. She didn't know what was right, what was wrong. Just a whole lot of her being lost, and I just really wish that she had someone in her corner to just be there. She just needs somebody to actually be authentic in her life and be there for her, because this was a hot mess. I felt
really
bad
was.
for her. It's a whole lack of parenting.
Tyra, how could her parents be oblivious to the fact that she had a whole affair with this teacher? Talking about, oh, he's teacher of the year now. Wasn't that your teacher? You used to spend all that time with him after
No, we see this all the time. The main thing for that type of predatory situation to work is for the person being preyed on to be locked lips. She wouldn't want anybody to find out, because if somebody finds out, that means I disconnect from this man. I like Maggie's story. It's very different. This is the other side of a predatory situation, and somebody romanticizing it and accepting it as something that she participated in, she loved, that she wanted, and she misses. I was like, oh Lord, poor thing. the most we get from the parents, and even with Maggie's story, the whole first episode is she just didn't reach her full potential. She was doing all these things and she was excelling in school and dance, and she was this great. She seems to have a great relationship with her parents and her father mostly. You know, they adore her, but all these prospects, and we still managed to wind up, you know, working in your local diner, and she's just kind of flailing and doesn't really have any direction. But the only thing she can think about is this man. And she like her box of mementos. I was like, oh my goodness, this is
Twilight books.
The Twilight book, child.
Yes, with all the notes, girl.
I don't know. It's just like I said, there is a lack of emotional development between, you know, all these women here in different ways, but a whole lot with her and child Lena. It was just very much. Even I told you that conversation pissed me off when it was like, you know, friend, this man, you know, this is kind of leaving the window of opportunity for him to maybe do this to somebody else. He's still teaching. He's teacher of the year. It's just like, well, what do you want me to do? You know what you're supposed to do. You're friends, but nobody's just willing to say it. She doesn't want to follow through and even say that because she still loves this man, this person, this thing. And I just want to go on the journey of her, hopefully, because we don't even know if that's what this is, her realizing that this wasn't okay. I was, you know, assaulted. I was used. I was, you know, all these things. And I need to do something about it and reclaim my life and stop kind of, because she's just waiting. Like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm hoping to see some growth happen, and I'm curious because it's giving mental breakdown, it's giving stalker, it's giving a problem. And I hope
she's headed for depression and self-harm.
Oh Lord, okay. I hope somebody intervenes before it gets there and she gets a handle on knowing what this really was, and hopefully her family does too, because I don't think they're any the wiser. Clearly they don't know anything.
They're oblivious completely. But I did like the friend when they're getting the tattoo and, you know, the other friend is trying to keep her quiet, and it's like, no, what if he does this to someone else, or what if he has already done this to someone else? So I really did see her progression in episode 1. Again, you guys, I feel like in an hour episode, we got a clear picture of the current state of each of these women. And for her, when we go from her writing him a congratulations note, about to drop it off at his house, to finally by the end episode, once the friend calls her out and says, what if he does that to someone else? We see her wheels start turning. But my question to you ladies after that would be, what is this going to do? Hold on, let me get it. What is this email going to do? So after she talks to her friend, getting the tattoo, crying on the tattoo table, dear Erin, I have questions I want answered. I've grown up and gained a new perspective on what happened. It would be in your best interest to prove me wrong. So by the end of this episode, it feels like she not playing them games anymore. So I'm going to start with UK. What do you think was that triggering moment? Was it the thought of him with another girl? Is it jealousy? Or is it really her realizing, no, he was a predator and he preyed on me? What do you think it was?
I don't think she's there yet, because I'm not going to send my predator an email unless I'm telling him the cops are on the way. So I don't think she's reached that level yet. I think that she still wants to. She's not out of that yet. She hasn't shook it off yet. It's like you telling her that she's the victim, but she's not believing it, because somewhere in her mind she formed some kind of unhealthy attachment to this man. And somehow there were some unhealthy attachments going on in her. She's the type of person that, although her parents mean well and are good, but that something may have happened to her when she was like 3 or 4 years old that they may not know about or they don't talk about, and it never got healed from her. And this is the product of what you have right here. Somebody who's normalized trauma. She's desensitized to it to the point where it's not even really hit her that she's been victimized, to the point where she doesn't see this as dangerous, what she's doing.
Yeah. I mean, she's got a box of mementos that she relishes over. Like,
I said, again, Helga Pataki.
Oh, my love, my heart.
And I'm thinking, go to the popo. What is this email gonna do except
Oh,
send him over the edge? And we see him
attention.
kicking over the trash
Attention.
cans, Tyra.
She
Okay.
wants him to come to her. This is like, I can get his attention. In your
Mhm.
best interest to prove me wrong. In her mind, that was a meeting, a link up, a date for you to see me. I get to see this man. I'm sure whatever transpired, whatever it is, clearly she was attached and has been attached. And these type of situations only go on for so long. And he probably cut her off or
And move to the next one.
something abrupt to where she's just waiting. Well, you know, I've been thinking, and it would be in your best interest to come tell me that this isn't what that is, and that we actually had something special, and that I wasn't a victim, and she wants to see this man. She wants to see this man, but in his mind, he knows what this could mean for him, and that's why he's flipping out. She's thinking that this is a way into whatever they used to have, or she's just craving like whatever they had. Child, you just see her hiding behind the car and ducking off.
Yeah.
And Lord, he's like, oh, this is just really, really sad, and I think things are going to get worse before they get better.
Now, Darfalina, when she was sitting outside his home, didn't she see another girl going? So this is my question, because I watched it back and I didn't know if that was a flashback of her at his house like before, or if that was another girl. I don't know. What was you guys' take on that scene?
I thought it was another girl, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was another young girl.
Oh, well, we know he got he definitely doing that with the young ones. What about you, Kay? Did you think that was her remembering a situation, or did you think that was a new girl at his house?
I thought that was her being jealous that there was someone else.
Okay.
It's one thing when you know the married man got his wife, whatever. Oh, I'm used to her. She been around. Well, it's another young one. That's not me.
Yeah.
Oh, let me send this email.
Bookworm 57, it's a predator's profile to make you feel like you willingly participated. Yeah, you know he's going to go on that tour at some point whenever we get to meet him, because I know for sure there'll be some moment where they introduce his character. We just kind of saw glimpses of him in this first episode. But an interesting dynamic, and like Tyra said, interesting to see it from this perspective of now she's grown, has kind of moved on, but not really. And now going to be confronting it as he wins Teacher of the Year. You guys, time for our last scenario. I'm nervous. Y'all know what to do in the comment section. What would you do, Kay? I'm starting with you. You've been offered an incredible career opportunity in a new city, but it means leaving behind your current relationship and support system. What do you do? A, take the job. This is your chance to start fresh and pursue your dreams. B, stay in your current situation and try to find success where you are. Or C, try to make the relationship work long distance while pursuing the opportunity.
How old are we in this? Because see, if
girl, you your age.
Okay, because see, then we're gonna have to make work long distance. Because the early 20s, I don't care, sir. I'm moving on. But moving on. But yeah, at this age, if you don't know how to work out a grown-up relationship, long distance, then you're gonna have to sit back and question yourself. Because I'm not finna pass up no offer. I'm going where the money resides, and either you can come to, or we could just we can commute along the ways. There's video chat, get in the car, we can take plane, trains, and automobiles, meet halfway. But ain't no way I'm just gonna sit and be like, oh no, it's fine. I'll stay at the job, especially if I hate my job and they trying to pay me. Sir, either you coming or how we gonna do this long distance thing?
Lord have mercy. Tyra, what do you do? A, take the job. B, stay. C, try to make the relationship work long distance while pursuing the opportunity.
Child, we sure ain't staying. What we doing that for? What you want to go home for? What we staying for? We ain't doing that. I don't do long distance. I need your body next to mine in the bed when I go to bed. I need to wake up. We need to be together. I don't got time for me to be placing phone calls and trying to. No, I don't do long distance relationships. A is the only and final answer, because if you my man, like I thought you were, baby, what time do we leave? They gonna do what? They gonna pay what? Oh, you let me see what my prospects are down there. We taking this job. We going together. If you not, then that means we wasn't what I thought we was in the first place. That.
Okay. All right. All right. Oh, what am I gonna do, y'all? Oh.
Don't you turn down the job, Savannah?
I mean, I'm definitely taking the job, but I too don't like a long distance relationship. I don't think I'm built for long distance relationships. I need my person close to me. I think I'm gonna get down with critical. She said do A and pretend to do C. But no, I think if it's really love and it's really that, and this is like a legendary opportunity that whoever I'm with, especially if it's my partner, my husband, my man, that he's gonna be down to support me, whatever. He gonna make it shake. If it takes like a month or two for him to get things settled, he find some remote work, he's gonna do something, and he's going to we're gonna get there together, right? Thank y'all so much for participating in all these games. We do have one more slide, but do me a favor and drop a 1 in the comments if you like the What Would You Do game, because we can make this an every week thing as we are talking about 3 women. I thought it was so much fun. I learned so much in these hypotheticals, you guys. But what I want to know as we end this live out, I'm going to start with you, Kay. So far, out of the 3 women, we'll be doing this every week. Who is your favorite?
I got to pick one.
Yeah, you got to
Can it
pick
be-
Maggie, Sloan, or Lena. Who's your favorite
Is there
character
a
so
D?
far?
None of the above.
No, you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
Oh gosh. Oh. Oh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm only picking Sloan by default because I'm a root for everybody black. But just to make it clear, I don't like none of y'all.
Okay. Tyra, what say you?
Sloan, this is a no-brainer. My friends don't balls and soap scum. Nobody here is, clean in any way, but Sloan is, decadent. I'm here for that. I'm here for her just disgusting behavior and all the riches that you could have. It's diamonds and pearls over there. I'm going over there with Sloan. Whatever she's doing, even if it's stank, she looks gorgeous doing it. I'm here for that. And I don't know what the other 2 doing. And it don't seem like Maggie got a whole lot going on. She's still living with the parents. It's just, we have Martha's Vineyard. We're on an island. What? I'm going over there with Sloan.
Oh Lord, Sloan is. Oh Lord, like I said, none of these people are likable at all. But the skin, the eyes, the hair, the lips, the nose, the tongue. I'm going with Sloan. She's a bad girl. I love her down. Maggie, I am hopeful for her because I do think she has hope, honey. Lena and Sloan are set in their ways, baby. But I'm here for every inch of Sloan's story. I want to see how this works out. There's something about a brazen woman, I think, that's not afraid to fully go after the things. She's brazen. She is. She's a brazen hussy. But there's something about someone who is willing just to go balls out for what it is with no fear. Now, do I like it? Oh, not really. But I think it takes a lot of courage to live your life that way. So I'm gonna go with Sloan this week. Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen in episode 2.
I want to know how you guys feel about, because I know moving forward we get more into nudity and frontal. Do you guys think it's warranted for the show, or are you like, we could have done without that?
I'm not a gratuitous girl. I tend to not be on the side of let's just get naked for the sake of being naked, if it makes sense. I will say, because this show is, even though they didn't advertise or market it this way, this is very sex-centered, very, very woman sexuality, liberation, repressed, all of the things that go into that. So in this, it makes sense. But what we're not going to do is limit the peen to one color, right? Because y'all will see a trend in the first couple episodes. I'm not spoiling, but I'm going to need equal opportunity peen. If we're going to go peen, I'm going to need it to be equal opportunity, and I'm going to sit it right there. K is the sexuality, the sex, because you guys thought this was like, I get it, but just know episode 2, your mouth will be on the ground. At least mine was. And I mean, I'm a little delicate, but it gets worser. Kay, what do you think? Is all of it necessary?
Now I'm always one for you for also as well, especially in I don't like unnecessary sex scenes in horror. Like if it don't like if we just had to throw that in there because y'all wanted to see nude people and it don't make sense, it bothers me because I would rather see people get sliced and diced. But for this series, I think they trying to paint the picture for us, and I feel like they need to take us in the moment. Like they want us to really, really see and feel what these people are going through. And I feel like they put this tier strategically for us to get the point. And I see why they did it here. So if with this type of series, I understand why it's there.
Yeah. So just be warned ahead of schedule, you guys. It's going to be out of the blue. Some of it. There's going to be a lot of it. There's going to be some stuff that might make you a little cringy, but it is what it is. But you guys, that was 3 Women, episode 1. Listen, an interesting watch to say the least. But I'm here for women and their stories being told, and this is a story we haven't necessarily seen in this way before. But let me give you ladies the floor. Let the people know what you've got going on over there at Slice of Horror. Okay.
Some horror stuff that I'm working on coming out right now. There's review for Deliverance, The Front Room, Oddity, and Long Legs are the most recent horror things that I've put out on the channel. In addition to, we watch Reasonable Doubt. Every Friday is the reviews. Tomorrow is for Insecure. Every Saturday is KillerCon. So there is horror panels pretty much the past few weeks. On Saturdays, there's also a ranking of the Hell House movies on there, just for all you people for spooky season. And for the ones who ain't here for the Halloween stuff, you do have Reasonable Doubt. You have Insecure. There's review for Chaos, Rebel Ridge, 3 Women, and Fight Night is on Sunday. So there's a little something for everybody. So hit that subscribe button. And Blockbuster Night on Saturday night. This is for members only. We are taking it back. Blockbuster Night. Get your pajamas, your popcorn, your snacks, and we are going to have a good old-fashioned Blockbuster Night. Members only. Hit that link. It's right there in the channel chat. Just hit that link. Y'all, movie night. Look, the members who are already there, y'all better let them know. Blockbuster Night was so fun, and we're gonna be rotating movies this week. Blockbuster Night is Vampire in Brooklyn. Y'all gotta be there because we can't do this publicly. It's got to be within the membership. Y'all want to join those memberships and come to Blockbuster Night with us on Saturday.
Thank you, Kay. Tyra, what's going on over there? What's going over there at the Struggle Spectacular?
Can you please? What I will say is just be on deck tomorrow for Insecure Mondays, season 1, episodes 3 and 4. I will be hosting, and I want you guys to be there and be a part of it. That's fun. I'm really looking forward to exploring more of this show. I'm here for all the nudity. I'm here for all the frontal. I'm here for all of it. Liberate the sex. Okay. We are in a culture where, especially now, we are trying to be far removed from all things sex scene, all things nudity. You know, we're just going to gloss over it and skip it. No, I love this show. It feels very throwback, late night, Cinemax, Starz, HBO. You know, that old like 90s, early 2000s, like cable television. I like that. I miss that. Like, why are we acting like people don't get naked? People don't have sex. People don't have a penis. People don't have bush. Put it there. I love it. Now, if we have a moment where I feel like we didn't even see that, I haven't had that moment yet. And I'm interested in having more moments of more, you know, put a penis in the face. Why not? Who cares? This is an adult show. Everybody wants to make everything all PC, even when it's for adults. This show is not for children. Stop acting like you ain't seen no dick. Okay? Let it go. Watch the show. That's it. Please.
But you guys, thank you so much for being here. I think we got up to 60 some people in the chat tonight, which I'm excited about for our first night. But tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a couple more friends and bring them over next Sunday, because we will be talking episode 2. And I believe this is going to be 10 weeks, y'all, 10 episode season. So there is going to be a ton of content coming your way. Please make sure that you're subscribed to the lovely ladies on the panel, and make sure that you have that notification bell hit so that you do not miss a thing. Thank y'all for being here, and have the most amazing night.
Thanks.
I drove across the country and back. These 3 women. Lena, a housewife whose husband no longer wanted to touch her at all. Sloan, she and her husband brought other people into the bedroom. All the stories of men who hadn't sewn enough of their hopes.